to show you how to use the pen tool in Adobe Illustrator. So when using the pen tool, you're most likely to use it to create shapes or paths in your graphic or whatever you're making. It's really nice because you can create any type of unique path to fit whatever you're wanting to do. So here in your toolbar on the left-hand side, you're going to find that the third one down is the pen tool. Now you can either click on it by selecting it, or you can use the shortcut on your keyboard. Just click the letter P. Okay, so with your pen tool selected from the toolbar, you're going to come to your artboard and you can click with your mouse. And by clicking with the pen tool, you have just created an anchor point. Now, an anchor point is the points in your shape that you can move or manipulate later on, and that's how you get your shape. So from that anchor point, when you move your mouse, there's a line that follows. Now if you want to create a line on the horizontal axis or the vertical axis or 45-degree angle, you can hold down Shift and it will restrict you from going anywhere but the horizontal axis, no matter how high you move your mouse. If you start up, you can hit Shift again and it will only make a straight line up and down. Now you can also make a 45-degree angle diagonally or the other way too. So with that anchor point, you can click again and it will create another anchor point. Now you can keep going until you have created a shape. So here's my shape, and notice how when I click back on the anchor point that I started on, that the line disappeared. So with that shape, you can go back to your selection tool and you can move or manipulate it however you want to. If you want to keep it the same size, then you can hit down Shift and it will not manipulate and move the sides of your shapes. Now down here you can change the fill of your shape. You can make it any color you want, or you can use the Eyedropper tool if you have a picture that you're trying to manipulate. Now if you don't want an outline on the end of the shape, then you can hit this here and it will take the outline away. Now this shape is all what we call a path. So when you go over to your layers, it is named a path. Now with every shape and with every line or anything that you make with a pen tool, it is called a path, and you can rename it in here if you need to in your layers. So now I'm going to show you kind of how to curve using the pen tool. You're going to do the same thing. You're going to select the pen tool, you're going to create an anchor point, and then you're going to take another anchor point and hold down your mouse. Now by holding down on your mouse, you can drag whichever way and you create a bend in your line. You can manipulate this in any way that you want. So I'm going to do it right there. And then from there, it automatically tries to do the same thing again the other way, which I don't really want that. So I'm going to go back to that anchor point that I just clicked on. I'm going to click on it again, and then it gives me back a straight line. I'm going to go over here, maybe do another curve. I don't really want that curve, so I'm going to go back to the anchor point, click on it again, and then finish my path. So now I've just created another path, and that is again in my layers. So now I've just started over on a new canvas, and I have imported in a picture from Google. I did this for a project earlier this year, so this is just the picture that I have. Now I want to create a 2D aloe graphic. So what I'm going to do, and this is really nice to use with the pen tool because you can create anything with the pen tool, and you can kind of copy an image but still make it 2D, and you can still have your own twist on it. So you're going to go back to the pen tool, select it, and then you're just going to trace along the outside, make the curves. Okay, so that's just my general shape. And then that's not the color that I want to use. So then I would go to my eyedropper tool, which is located right here, or you can use the shortcut I on your keyboard. And then you can click on it, and then that will take you to the color that was on the picture. Now, obviously, that's not what the owl looks like. So you would want to go to your layers and turn that layer off, and then you would restart and go into the smaller parts of the aloe, and you would make the little part of the aloe. So now I have this shape done. That's not the color that matches. Then I'm going to turn the color off. I'm going to go to my eye, and then I'm going to click the color that's in there. So I need to see the little smaller circles inside, so I'm also going to turn that layer off. Then I'm going to do the same thing for these two layers. Okay, that's just kind of a quick little rundown. Okay, click I again, and then it'll match this color. Go back to my selection tool, click this one, turn off the color, click I again, and then match the color in here. Now when I turn on all of my colors, all of my paths, that's what it looks like. And if I turn off my picture, you can kind of tell that that looks like an aloe. Now you'd repeat the process for however much detail you want to give to anything that you are trying to copy or manipulate, and then that's how you would get your shapes. So now I've kind of gone over a little bit of the basics of the pen tool in Illustrator. It's definitely my favorite tool when working in Illustrator, and I love creating different 2D animations and adding detail just the way that I like it. So thanks for watching.